last video, I told you that I've got tentative plans A, B, C, and D. And so I thought I would tell you a little bit about it just in case I'm having to wait for months, if not into 2025, to do the next transfer. So first things first, one of the things that I'm finding really triggering every time I go into an appointment or an ultrasound is, especially if it's a different ultrasound tech every single time, the first thing they say, ooh, you have a lot of fibroids. I'm aware. Like, this is not news to me. And even though I had a myomectomy in December of 2023, they only took out the ones that could be taken out via keyhole, and they left the ones that were too big and basically like in the muscle that I would have basically needed an open myomectomy for. As I'm coming up to the year of that surgery, I'm getting a little resentful that I didn't do the open myomectomy because I'm no further along. And when these transfers are failing, sometimes I think, oh, did it fail because of the fibroids that are still in there? Obviously, I need to have a conversation with our doctor to hear what they think is the reasons that these transfers are failing. Is it normal for these transfers to fail? I feel like it is, because they say it can take up to 3 transfers for it to work to people. We didn't test our embryos. And then the last thing that it brings me to is that, so if you haven't been following our stories, we had 2 retrievals. The first retrieval that we had, I ended up not responding to the trigger shot because I had 26 follicles, they were massive, and they were concerned with me getting OHSS, which I got anyways, and so they switched my trigger from Ovitrel to Decapeptyl. And then I never responded to the Decapeptyl, so then I never ovulated. They went and did the retrieval, and they got nothing in the follicles. So then I had to go back and do another retrieval a few months later, and I had 17 follicles. They only aspirated 13 of them because I ended up hemorrhaging before the retrieval, and they didn't want me to lose any more blood. Now, the first retrieval was done in November 2022, and at that time, my husband's sperm sample was not good. Like, literally, as I was crying and they were telling me they didn't get anything from the follicles, like, I was like, okay, well, what about polls? Like, do we have good news on his side of things? Because he hadn't had a semen analysis in like over a year, so I wanted to know if like his had improved. And the doctor literally looked up and she was like, not good. This low, this low, this low. And it was like every category that I can assume was probably morphology, count, and motility. My husband had just started a job at that time, and so we knew that he wouldn't be able to get back to Prague probably until the spring, if not summer, early summer of 2023. And because I wanted to get on with doing the next retrieval and didn't want to wait that long, I asked at that moment if we could freeze his sperm, and they said yeah. Now, they didn't want to freeze his sperm before because we didn't know if he was going to be able to make it there.